Hey, what's up, EZOVERDOSE here. Patch 6.2 is right around the corner, and this is kind of a late video, but just a couple things to run through to help you prepare for it. If you're into raiding, you're into LFR, you're going to need 650 item level to get into the new LFR. And obviously, like all the previous ones, it's going to be staggered like a week or two before you can do LFR. If you do normal, heroic, mythic, you can do normal or heroic the first week, mythic the second week, and probably LFR the third or fourth week. But 650 is the threshold that you need to get your ults past, or main. The next thing is Apexis crystals, and basically you can't have too many of these. You can cap right now at 60,000, and there is a vendor that's going to sell what's called the Baleful gear, and also the mobs that you go into Tannin Jungle and you kill, which is going to be like the new map for 6.2, like a daily hub, kind of like a Timeless Isle, you could call it. They're going to drop these tokens as well, and they're just like Timeless Isle. You get them, and they are 650 item level when you create them. But the important one is from the vendor, and I don't know if this one can actually drop off mobs out there, but it's the Empowered Apexis Fragment, and it turns one of those 650 pieces into a 695 piece. So I'm not sure if the weapons drop off of the mobs out there, but if they don't, the weapon is 10,000 Apexis crystals, and then the fragment to make it a 695 is 20,000. So you need 30,000 Apexis crystals to have a 695 weapon. And if you're like a dual wield class, well, you're screwed. Reroll something different. One thing about that I've seen already is the stats for it seem to be random. So if you make a weapon, you spend 10,000 on a weapon, and then it's got like versatility in your other second worst stat, you're just pretty much screwed. You'd have to buy another one if you want the best itemization. So if that's not enough, there's also a mount. It's the Corrupted Dreadwing, and it costs 150,000 Apexis crystals. So right now the cap's 60,000. If you have a main, you might want to start working on that if you plan on getting this mount. You also might want to use like multiple characters. There's going to be dailies out there that give you these Apexis crystals, but you can also get them now by doing the assault dailies, and hopefully you have enough garrison resources to where you can pick the assault daily up and don't do the PvP one, do the PvE one, and then go to your quartermaster and pick up the missive that is the same place as the assault daily. And each one's going to give you 800 Apexis crystals. I'm not sure if the group one gives you 1,000, but I'm not sure if there's a missive for the group one. I haven't really been doing them, but there's a missive for like a ton of stuff. So basically, check the daily, check the quartermaster, get the missive that's for the daily. And then also they just announced today, June 10th, that they're going to have flying in patch 6.2. It might not be patch 6.2.0, but patch 6.2 point something is going to have flying, and the meta requirements for it are basically Lore Master of Draenor, the Collect 100 Treasures achievement, the Explorer for Draenor, and doing all of the assault things for like the Apexis dailies, like doing all the assaults, which you don't have to have the daily for, you just can go out to that area and do it. And then there's going to be 3 new reputations with patch 6.2, and you have to get revered with all 3 of those, and that's going to allow you to fly on all of your characters that are level 90 plus in Draenor, and it's going to be called Draenor Pathfinding. And I'll have something about that a little later. I didn't really want to interrupt the video too much with that. So back to the daily thing, the assault dailies. So part of this achievement, the meta achievement to fly, is scouting Draenor. So check your achievement, and it's in Quest and Draenor, and then see which ones you're missing. And the ones that you're missing, buy the missive for them as well, if you're going to just knock them out like in one day, which can easily be done. The next thing is pet charms, and these, by the way, aren't in any order of importance or anything. The pet charms, you're going to want 1,050 at least, and that's 400 for the new pets that are coming out. There's going to be a new vendor by your menagerie, and she's gonna sell you pets in exchange for pet charms. And then there's a couple toys that cost 650, so 650 plus 400, and you get these things for doing the pet tamer dailies and Draenor and doing the menagerie daily, and they are bind on account, so if you want to hurry up and rush and do them on a bunch of alts, you can send them all to one character. Also, for the pet stuff, hang on to any of the level up stones and like the rare stones, because there's going to be a handful of new pets, and I'm not sure if all of them come rare. I know all of them don't come leveled up, so at least hang on to the level up stones for that. And I got a guide that I made a while back, how to level up pets really efficiently. You can get a pet to level 24 in 3 pet battles, 3 dailies, and then use one of them stones to hit it to 25, so check the description if you haven't seen that video, be a link to it. The next thing is garrison resources, and last time I checked, the naval shipyard, which is going to be like your garrison missions 2.0, like your garrison 2.0, it was 150 garrison resources for the level 1 shipyard, 1,000 for the level 2, and I think 2,500 for the level 3. And then you have to use garrison resources to buy your ships or buy something for your ships, so you probably want around like 3,000 plus garrison resources at least, if you're going to be ready for that, at least on your main. Another thing to hang on to is if you've been saving these things up or have some and you were debating on using them before 6.2, or the rush orders for the profession work orders, hang on to those, because in 6.2 they're going to be worth, like they're going to rush like twice as much work orders, so they're going to be worth twice as much. Another thing you probably want to get is Aviana's Feather, and you get this from having a level 2 or level 3 inn slash tavern, and it's, you just go inside the tavern and there'll be NPCs in there offering quests, and it's random each day, and the quest is called Aviana's Request. So if it says Aviana's in it, you're on the right track. It's in Skyreach. You got to go in there and loot an item, kill the last boss, turn it in, and you get this cool ass item that just launches you up in the air really high, and you get wings, and you go faster than flight path speed. You go faster than like just like the fastest travel in the game, basically. It has a 10-minute cooldown, so the new, from what I've heard, the new Tannin Jungle, it's like really like dense with mobs, and some of the places are tricky to get to, so pick that thing up, that way you can get around quickly if you need to. There's going to be a new crafting mat called Fellblight, and it's going to be, you're going to be able to get it from all kinds of different professions, and mainly like the gathering professions I think are going to be the most efficient way to get this. So if you're a gatherer, like get your gathering bags ready and empty out and all that stuff, and I guess be ready to go out and just farm your ass off for these things, because every single profession is going to need them, like the new jewel crafting patterns, tailoring, all the new upgrade stuff to upgrade your crafted gear to like 715 or whatever. Everything's going to use these, so they're going to be in really high demand the first couple weeks, and going to sell for just a ridiculous amount. Like all of the high-end guilds on your server are probably going to buy them out at stupid prices to craft up, you know, raid gear and stuff. So beware. And last but not least, gold. Just save up as much gold as you can, because you don't know what you want, you don't know what you're going to buy. Like, there's going to be all kinds of new stuff. A ton of it's going to cost Apexis crystals. I still don't have all of the rep mounts and crap that's like 20, 50,000 gold and all that stupid crap. I still don't even have those from patch 6.1, and now there's more coming out, so you can never have too much gold. I have a video on how to make a ton of gold with your garrison missions, so if you haven't seen that video, it's still kind of new. Check the description for that. And right now with 14 100s, I'm making anywhere from like 8 to 30,000 gold a day. Like, I just broke 1,000,000 gold recently, and then spent 250,000 on like trading card game pets. So just have more gold than I know what to do with at this point. So, and I'm still climbing, and it's the most gold that I've had at one time since I started playing the game almost 9 years ago. I've never had this much gold, so I highly recommend you check that out if you haven't already. Once again, there will be a link in the description for it. Alright, so a little bit more about the flying. Like, this is, breaking news, just came out today, and I'll have a link in the description to the original article to like Battle.net. And what it boils down to is enough of us as players complained about their decision to not allow flying in Draenor that they had so much negative feedback that they just buckled. They buckled under pressure. They'd already lost what, 3 million or something subs in the first quarter. I mean, they don't want to lose 3 million more, and the feedback that they were getting based on that decision, they were probably figuring they were going to lose a couple million more. And I mean, it is shitty. I mean, it's like, you gotta think, how long have we had flying? Like, you don't just like give players something that fundamental and then just up and just take it away from them. Like, I was pissed whenever they took away casters being able to not move and cast a filler spell. Like, that pissed me off. And then they leave hunters alone. Hunters can still cast. Hunters basically a melee caster. They can still cast. I mean, what the fuck's up with that? So I mean, like, a lot of their decisions are just shitty. It just feels like their departments don't communicate with each other, and then you get some half-assed decision making in the end, like some random dude, like, oh, let's let the new dude decide. What do you think, new dude? Fuck, I don't know, my fucking bib is soaked, I'm drooling on myself. Okay, good enough, new dude. And that dude made the fucking decision. It's like, what? I don't even know. So I am glad that they are allowing flying. And once again, if you haven't read this, basically get Explorer title for Draenor, do the Treasure Hunter. If you don't know how to do that, get an add-on called Handy Notes, and then you'll need to get a second little plug-in for it called Handy Notes Draenor or something. And it's just the module for it. And it'll mark a ton of stuff on your map, and you just basically do Easter egg hunt in each map and get all the crap. And then you got to do all of the main quest lines in each map to get the Lore Master. And then you got to do all the assault things. And then you got to get revered with the new factions. And not sure what that entails, but probably just some dailies. Bunch of dailies, like always. So do all that stuff, and then you are allowed to fly. And on all of your alts, so that's great. Not sure if it costs anything yet. If it does, it's kind of shitty. Who cares? It's flying, and it was something that none of us thought we were going to get. But now we get it, so can only complain so much. And that's all I got for this video. I'll make a video about some 6.2 stuff when it actually gets here. Share some tips and tricks, so make sure you subscribe for that one, and see you in the future.